Hey guys, I am back with another video. I have the feeling that I should make another video and I have the energy to make one, so let's go. Today I want to speak about schizophrenia and taking pills to cure this disease. Now, I know that by speaking my opinion that I will definitely hurt somebody, or it is not my purpose or not my intention to say something which might hurt somebody, but I just want to say my opinion because I think this might be important for some people. So today I want to speak about schizophrenia and taking pills for this mental disease. As you may have noticed in other videos, I am speaking about schizophrenia. I'm speaking about the fact that I have schizophrenia, or that I'm hearing voices myself in my head, that give me commands and ask me things to do, all those kinds of things. And I told in other videos that this disease happened to me 5 years ago. So before that, I was not suffering from this mental disease. This just happened by taking an overdose of LSD. And today I want to speak about why I think that taking pills for schizophrenia is not needed. I actually believe that schizophrenia is a spiritual disease and that you are not able to cure this disease by taking pills. You are able to suppress the symptoms. You are able to suppress the symptoms by taking those pills, but you are not able to overcome this disease fully. I think that by taking pills, you are just suppressing this, and whenever you quit taking pills, they will come back, and sometimes magnified by 1,000 times. I believe that you have to treat the root of this problem, which is a spiritual problem, a spiritual root. And there are different roots, definitely. In my case, there is a spirit. But the root of the spirit is also something which is important. And in my case, I went to Peru to do ayahuasca. I went to different shamans. I went to churches. I have people who are praying for me, where I'm very grateful for. But as I can see right now, also by listening to the voices in my head, they are all satanic. This entity who is with me is satanic. And I can say oh yeah, it's a demon, I have to get rid of this, and this is also what I'm trying to do, right? I went to churches, priests and pastors, they were praying for me to do an exorcism, and it just doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work, in my opinion, is that there is a purpose under the root of this issue. And or you may have noticed in other videos that I'm doing ayahuasca, which is a plant medicine from the Amazon. And I already did about 20 ceremonies. And each ceremony, it is very hard for me. It is different than other people. I am always coming in a kind of a state where I'm starting to speak a snake language, Parseltongue. And I'm just not myself. It is just the spirit who is taking over, and it is cursing and saying all the things. I cannot understand it myself, but I'm just speaking a horrible language. And when I look to videos about people who speak about Satanism, they are speaking about a satanic church where the priest over there is preaching in the Parseltongue language, in the snake language. And then I'm thinking maybe this is something related to my story. I just don't know. But what I know is that based on my experiences with ayahuasca and based on my communication with different shamans, that they are telling me that I am carrying an ancestor who was involved in occultism, so in witchcraft and all those kinds of satanic rituals. And this is also what I'm seeing during this ayahuasca experiences. I always see satanic rituals, doing evil things. And the weird part about this is that my whole life I was basically programmed by this spirit. My whole life was basically a mess. I was not myself. I thought that I was myself, but I was constantly I thought that I was my thoughts. And this being was always putting thoughts in my head, but because of this LSD overdose, something happened with me, and I triggered oh, my dog is messing it up. Yeah, okay. No, so there is a possibility that my whole life was a mess based on this spirit, because I was a guy who always sinned. I stole from people, I lied, I cheated on my girlfriends, I was very pervertic, manipulative. I just did everything that I could do wrong. And now I understand that this was not me. These actions were based on the thoughts that were planted in my head. And this might go back to when my ancestors lived. And I have no idea when they lived or who it is exactly. It might be my grandfather, but it is not the case because he lived when I had these experiences. So it has to be about, I have no idea, 100 years ago, maybe 1,000 years ago. This is something that I don't know, but what I do know is that I am carrying this karma of this spirit. I am carrying an energy which is influencing my thoughts all the time, which is trying to influence my actions, and I have to find a solution for this. And this will not happen by taking pills. No, everybody knows that by taking pills you are not able to cure this. I mean, not everybody believes this, or maybe you believe it that you are able to cure this, but it just won't. And this is the reason why I started to take action myself, and I looked for a solution. And by doing ayahuasca, I really have the feeling that I'm doing something good. And my situation always gets better by doing this medicine plant. So I'm happy. I have faith. And of course, I'm saying that I'm happy, but most of the day I feel negative and I have bad thoughts. But there are moments during the day that I understand that it is part of the process and that I'm doing actually what I should do. And I just want to share this with you because I met a lot of people who are, not a lot, but I met some people who are experiencing the same things like me. You know, speaking the Ancestral tongue during ayahuasca, having those satanic thoughts. And once again, it is different for everybody. Everybody has his own experience, his own perspective. And I don't want to influence you. You don't have to believe me at all. But I think that if we are all able to share our story, or the people who want, that there is a clue in everybody's story. And maybe there is a clue in mine too for you. I have no idea. But for me, it is important to understand that I should feel, or I should follow my own feeling. I should follow my own gut feeling, because there are so many people who are telling me what I should do and what I shouldn't. And it does make sense. And in the beginning, I was just like changing the path all the time. But now I understand that I have to believe myself, that I have to trust myself, that I have to feel and just take action based on what my intuition says. And maybe it is not always related to schizophrenia. It is in general. People are telling you everywhere what you should do, and if you follow those advices, then you will end up in wrong places. And this is also what happened to me when I ended up in jail by selling drugs. So yeah, this is what I want to say. Once again, I'm not saying that every mental disease is rooted in spirituality, but I think that most of them are rooted in the things which we cannot see. So I have no idea how your situation is or what you think about this. Feel free, and I would love if you were able to leave a comment below this video. But I really think that plant medicine is a great way to overcome these obstacles, to overcome these issues, and at least for me. So yeah, if you feel this, you might consider to try one of these medicine plants. And I'm not saying that you should, but I just believe that everything is energy, and that I'm speaking my words, that I'm speaking energy. And if you are touched by my words, or if you somehow believe or feel that I'm speaking a truth, maybe just to you, then there might be a possibility that you should listen to what I'm saying. And once again, I'm not saying that you should, but this is also how I live. I just try to follow what I feel, and I have to say that by following my intuition, by following my feelings, that I end up in good places. And following your emotions and following your gut feeling is something different. It is more like following what your true self is telling you, your authentic self. And this is not always easy because we are conditioned with patterns, and this is not easy. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. And one thing that I can say is that I hear a lot of voices that are constantly bombarding me with negative thoughts. But a good ritual that I do twice daily is to meditate. I meditate 20 minutes when I wake up and 20 minutes when I go to sleep. And after that I pray, for guidance and for positive energy. And this really helps me to attune myself with my true self. And this is also why I'm able to, although I hear those satanic thoughts, to still make the right choices. So yeah, it is just about creating a routine where you feel as good as possible and where you are able to attune yourself with, with God or whatever you want to call it. Thanks for listening, guys. Feel free to leave a comment. I would really appreciate, I appreciate every comment that I get. Yeah, feel free to give your opinion. Thanks for listening. If you want to see more videos about me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.